Hey Aquarius, welcome back to the channel, guys. I pray all is well with you all. Alright, so this will be a collective message. As you can see, we already do have the cards. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Just remember, take what resonates and leave the rest. Alright, so your initial card was to seize the opportunity here, right? Which is a doorway opening. You have the key. You hold the key to something, Aquarius. There's value in something here. So with this, it seems like a moment is presenting itself, an opportunity, a window to possibly move forward in some type of endeavor or situation. This could be like, this is the making a change. You're ready to step through a new doorway. This is all about making a change. This could be about saying yes or stepping into something that feels more aligned with your growth based on wherever you are in your life, right? But when I look at the surrounding cards, the Five of Cups reversed, Five of Pentacles upright, and a Nine of Pentacles in reverse. A lot of Pentacle energy here. So this opportunity could definitely be, this could be a focus on career or money or just stability. For some of you guys, right? But as I was about to say, it just, the surrounding cards just kind of give like internal resistance. Like I said, this definitely looks financial with the Five of Cups being there. This could also be emotional for some as well. So this is dealing with those type of wounds, right? Emotional, financial wounds that could potentially be blocking you from allowing something to happen. And I feel like this too could be about you recognizing that pattern. When the Five of Cups flew out for you guys in reverse, instantly I knew it was a positive shift. The Five of Cups in reverse is all about like starting to come out of something, whether it's grief or regret. Like I said, for some of y'all, this could definitely be like some type of emotional stagnation, but it shows the potential to finally turn something around, to be able to see what's possible rather than focus on what's been lost, right? When I see y'all cards, I got in like this whole mode of like, for me as a fellow aqua, I ask questions about everything. So when I seen the Five of Cups too, I'm like, okay, if it was me, I'd be questioning myself like, are you ready to stop mourning? You know what I'm saying? Am I healing from old disappointments? These could be questions that you're asking yourself, or maybe need to. You know, this is about reflection, especially with that Empress being in reverse as your overall energy. Okay, but you're still tentative and possibly even afraid to hope too soon. You know, but there's an opportunity here, Aquarius. This Five of Pentacles completely speaks on lack, abandonment, possibly financial or emotional struggles. For some of you guys, this could be about you feeling unsupported or left out in the cold in some type of way. So even though you want to move forward, Five of Cups being in reverse, it seems though you're still carrying some type of deep fear of being rejected and possibly being left behind, or possibly not even being enough, you know? So, like I stated, this could be money for some, love, this could be trust, right? That Empress in reverse just made me feel like a lack of trust, because the Empress in reverse can represent um, a depletion. However, you know, even depending on how this will relate, with this Five of Pentacles, you could definitely be questioning, like, you know, what if you were to reach out, if this is pertaining to romance, because we do got the prince there. Um, it's like fear surrounding possibly trying again or saying yes to an opportunity and then ending up hurt again, you know? So I feel like it's some questions that you're needed to ask yourself, real and valid questions, and it has to do with you, how you feel, your emotional stance, you know? Do you feel secure in what you're doing, where you are? Because what has you second guessing an opportunity that's before you, you know? And the Nine of Pentacles, um, it's all about, like I said, you doubting your self-worth. This could be like being overly dependent on others, but I don't really tend to see Aquarius that way because they are loners. But maybe some of you guys are, or maybe you depended on somebody emotionally. You know, you've been dependent on somebody to show up for you financially when you needed the help, or just be that listening ear, like whatever it is for you, Aquarius. But You could have just been overly dependent on others' opinions, maybe afraid to stand alone. So when this Nine of Pentacles came out, it's just like, there could possibly be some type of disconnect between your internal power and how you're living day to day. This could look like overgiving, Empress being in reverse. Definitely is an energy of overgiving. You know, this could also be overworking yourself, Aquarius. This could be about dimming your light to be accepted, Aquarius, especially in relationships and finances based off y'all cards here, you know. So I feel like you guys have what it takes. To me, it looks like you have what it takes, but I just don't think you fully believe in it yet, you know, because the Empress in reverse represents, or it could reflect like blocks in your creative power. This could also be like self-abandonment. Or just like I stated in the beginning, I felt like this could be a burnt out energy. Like you're burnt out from nurturing everybody else but yourself. Nurturing, helping everybody else with their finances, but not nurturing yours. Helping everybody else with their relationship, but not nurturing yours, I don't know, helping other people through their thoughts, like the advice you give, but not taking your own, Aquarius. So, as I stated, I just get a lot of questions here. Are you ever giving without receiving, Aquarius? Do you feel disconnected from your body, your intuition, your power, whether feminine or masculine? Are you doubting your ability to birth something new when an opportunity is here? Something is presenting itself, Aquarius, for you, to you. Okay? So, although that Empress came out in reverse, I love to say or just believe that, like the Empress in reverse, you're not broken. You're just depleted from giving to things that don't return your worth or people that don't return it. So this spread to me, Aquarius, is all about you reclaiming your power. As I said, especially in the emotional and the material world, there's an opportunity in front of you. This could be a relationship that reflects real healing, a career shift for some of y'all into something that's more aligned, or a decision to stop playing it small and stop undervaluing yourself. But the key is, if you don't address the fear of lack, which is what we see clearly in your spread, or abandonment, or for some of y'all unworthiness, take it how it resonates, you might miss the very thing you've been calling in. So this opportunity is definitely something you've been calling in. It's just you don't seem ready for it, or you're questioning if you can trust it. So I feel like this is about you guys seeing an opportunity or a window to possibly break a cycle here. When I look at y'all cards, it's not saying that everything is ready and perfect, but it's saying there's an opportunity for healing here, and it's time to move, even if you feel scared, Aquarius. Okay? This is knowing like you've survived so much. The grief, if you're carrying any type of grief, that's clearing. The cold is passing too. But be mindful of be mindful of, I'm speaking too fast, I got a lot of thoughts. Be mindful of not bringing your old fears into a new door, Aquarius. So this is all about seizing the moment with your whole self. Even if your hand's shaking going into this thing, you feel me? Like, get it done, okay? So you're not empty, Aquarius. You're actually very fertile. And it's time to create again. And so the cards at the bottom, I was like, okay, if it's time for Aquarius to create, it's an opportunity here. These three cards at the bottom, the first one represents love, because I wanted to know specifically like where opportunity is coming. So the first card is all about love, which you have the Prince here. And in love, you guys who are like facing or dealing with these issues, or those of you who are in the space to where, you know what, Mo, I'm ready to break a cycle. And as you break that cycle, what you're attracting in love is something romantic. This card says romantic charm and potential for power. So this could be about regaining your confidence and love as a whole, whether to yourself or whether it's about connecting with someone else. But with this Prince here, it does look like you're attracting someone as you break this cycle. Okay. Now the next card, Don Juan, is all about the career energy that you would be attracting. And this says spotlights your positive seductive qualities. So your positive traits in your career or whatever that you do needs to be the highlight or the focus. You know, don't focus so much on what's not working. Recreate that plan, restructure your ideas, you know. So y'all energy, this is really positive despite the cards that came out, you know. And in your personal growth, you have the student card, which I actually love this card in that position because it shows that you're still open to learning. It says humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. So this is about you being open to learning possibly a new way of doing things, a new way of loving, a new way of handling yourself in front of people at the workplace, a new way of handling your energy as a whole. Because remember, Aquarius, you're fertile. I definitely hope this message was helpful for you guys, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one.